Hello everyone and welcome to my first battle report, the Humbling of Settra. This is a scenario as explained in the End Times book and as covered in a White Dwarf magazine, featuring Settra the Imperishable versus Nagash the Lord of the Undead, Supreme Lord of the Undead. And I will be playing the Tomb Kings today, Settra as my general, and I will be playing against Wilfred with his Nagash model. At my local gaming store. So I'll be briefly explaining the scenario rules. Wilfred will be only playing Nagash. I will be playing all my Tomb King models. There's a catch though, Nagash can bound enemy units to his will. So Tomb King units can convert to Nagash, the Undead Legion side, for the rest of the game. This happens within when they are within 12 inch of Nagash during their movement phase. They have to roll 1d6 and on a 4+ they bow to Nagash. If there's a character in a unit it's a 5+, and if it's Settra then it's a 6+. There's no terrain in this map, and according to the scenario only hills, and the Tomb Kings don't get to heal units. So this is how the board looks like during the deployment. Nagash has to deploy in the center of his deployment zone. He gets 4 extra power dice channeled into his staff at the start of the game, and I'm deploying second at the other side of the board. Well, I have to put Settra in a defensive spot because Settra has no ward save in this scenario. He loses the 4-up ward and magic resistance 1. And Nagash, well, he does statistically about 5 or 6 wounds per close combat phase, so that would be end of the game for me. If either of the generals is slain, the game is over and the other player wins. And there are no other victory conditions. Except, if I'm correct, that if the game lasts for 6 turns and no general has been slain, then Nagash also is victorious. Nagash has 7 wounds and he has a 4-up armor, 4-up ward. So remember that. 7 wounds to suffer, and then victory is mine. This is my army from another angle, most of it painted up. This is my left flank, some horsemen, not really worth mentioning. There are 50 skeleton warriors and a war sphinx behind them. There's 64 archers with Khalida joined in them, and a level 4 Lore of Light Lich High Priest. The archers have poison and they have a ballistic skill 3 because of Khalida's rules. Behind them are 2 units of Necropolis Knights. But I'll be not filling them during their deployment, but I'll be burying them underground as sepulchral stalkers, 2 units of 3 stalkers. I have 2 catapults, which are protected by 2 tomb scorpions. Not worth mentioning, this miscreation of Games Workshop. No. I have 50 halberd guard, tomb guards with halberds, some nasty upgrades with a Tomb King, a level 4 Lore of Nehekara wizard, and a special Necrotect character, Ramhotep. He provides the unit with hatred and frenzy. On my right flank there's a unit of 60 spearmen with some characters, and behind them is a Casket of Souls protected by a Tomb Scorpion. And there's a Hard Titan for a magic boost bubble. In the center is my Settra unit, my chariot unit I have to say, and I have taken full command. As you can see, banner, champion musician, and a BSB converted, and a Tomb King on chariot. So Settra has been pushed to the 2nd rank because whenever Settra gets into contact with Nagash, well, it's game over for me. So this is just some protection. There's also a Necro Sphinx in the back. And from the top view it looks like this. The starting of the game. Nagash gets first turn. according to the scenario. Nagash moves, still out of range of the archers, which can move and fire, and he summons a Casket of Souls. This is an investment for the extra power dice the Casket of Souls creates in subsequent turns. Nothing else really, so during my phase, my turn I have to say, I'm casting 3 spells, and this is where something starts to happen. I'm casting the movement spell, so I do approach a little faster, and I'm casting Banishment. I'm casting Purple Sun, but it goes wrong. The Banishment spell miscasts, and although it does 2 wounds on Nagash, it miscasts on a 4. The level 4 Light Wizard jumps into the warp. I lose a couple of skeletons, quite a bunch really. Fortunately, Khalida still lives. Then I cast a Purple Sun, he fails to the spell. When I rolled range, I rolled a misfire. So the sun landed on my own unit, sucking sucking the level 4 Lord of Death, Lich Priest and the Tomb King into the heavens. So that's my turn. Nagash then moves closer. He's still more than 12 inches away, he just couldn't get closer than this. And he tries to summon units, I don't remember which ones, but he fails to cast and he gets broken concentration, and so he has to throw all his dice at the Casket of Souls, which I fail to dispel, and he kills my War Sphinx at the bottom, and he does some wounds to the Necro Sphinx. Then it's my turn again. My snakes pop up at the back of Nagash, ready to stare at him, and I do some maneuvering. The Purple Sun, I think we made a mistake here, it had to leave the game, but anyway, it rampaged through my units, killing some spearmen. I'm trying to cast the Casket of Souls directed at his other casket. It fires at irresistible force but doesn't do any wounds, so the bound spell is lost. I do get off, most importantly, my multiple shots spell. So these archers now have multiple shots with poison. In my shooting phase I managed to hit a lot with my stalkers, 5 wounds in total. He ward saves 4 of them, and my 48 poisoned arrows do another 2 wounds. So he's down 5 wounds already, only 2 to go. In Nagash's turn. So Nagash moves away from the tomb guards, he gets into range of the skeleton warriors and the skeleton archers. He summons a corpse card with a level 4 lower vampires. Why did he do this? Well, because now he gets to heal his wounds. And he heals 2 wounds with some useless spells. He also summons 6 sepulchral stalkers at my back behind enemy lines, ready to kill the Necro Sphinx, but he forgets to shoot them. Then it's my turn, and first of all I have to roll for units to bound to Nagash's will, which are represented by the white markers. Khalida deserts, she bows to Nagash, so those skeleton archers are now undead legions for the remainder of the game. The same for the horse archers at the bottom left. However, the warriors at the right, they are still loyal. And later my snakes arrive on the battlefield, 3 new snakes, sepulchral stalkers. Apophis also arrives, misfires, is delayed, and no one cares. The heavy horseman crap also falls in the hands of Nagash. And no one cared. So I declare a charge. The skeleton warriors charge into Nagash. They really get a good position. The Tomb King is out of reach, but the other 9 skeleton warriors are within reach. They have to roll another test against Nagash and Nagash's will. And they also passed this one, so they've already passed 2 tests and they're now in combat with Nagash. My Necrosphinx charges the skeleton warriors, the skeleton archers in this case, fighting Khalida, just to lock them in place, prevent them from shooting anything else. And my Tomb Scorpion on the left charges from the position of the catapults, if you remember, into the horsemen, and he easily gets to chew all of them. I mean, those horsemen are really just worth nothing. They have no power at all. So I'm really confident that this is just a fine solution. I get to cast I do cast a minus strength and minus toughness spell on these horsemen, but that's more because I didn't have anything else to cast. After casting a +1 attack bubble, which also reaches my skeleton warriors. And remember, I have only one level 4 priest left. The other two got sucked into the warp and stepped into the purple sun. So I only have a level 4 Nehekara Lich High Priest. And my casket blew up, so there's only a Hyro Titan left with some bound items. And Khalida herself, but she converted to Nagash. The Hyro Titan casts Shem's Burning Gaze, kills a Stalker, and that's it. In my shooting phase, some things happen. A catapult misfires, another one scatters, and kills 5 of my own skeleton warriors. However, the Stalkers stare at the level 4 in the corpse card. They do kill the corpse card with initiative 1, but the level 4 survives. We go over to close combat, and my skeleton warriors suffer 6 losses to Nagash, but they do another wound, which is excellent. As you can see, Nagash will be having big trouble munching through that unit. My Necrosphinx at the bottom fights the archers and Khalida. He suffers a wound, kills some skeletons. Then it's Undead Legion's turn 4, and Nagash summons 5 Spirit Hosts, very well placed, because now he prevents the Tomb Guard from charging Nagash, which would really be a game over for him. Now the Sepulchral Stalkers are not forgotten. They shoot, or they stare at the chariots, doing 10 wounds. The Undead Legions have to fight in close combat again, and 8 warriors are killed. As you can see, it's going really slowly. I'm still not losing attack value, combat value, and he suffers another wound, so he's at 6 wounds, and now he has only 1 wound left, which is great. I was feeling pretty confident. The Necrosphinx fights on, suffers another wound. He has only 1 wound left. Khalida is pretty good at dealing with the Sphinx. This is the overview of turn 4 of the Undead Legions. As you can see, 2 units of Sepulchral Stalkers at his back. The other unit is going to get the Casket of Souls. Here's who's who. The purple units are Nagash. The yellow units are Tomb Kings. So it's about balanced, except that Nagash is almost dead. Then it's my turn. Tomb King movement phase. The Sepulchral Stalkers behind Nagash, they stay loyal. The Skeleton Warriors in combat with Nagash, they are bound to his will. They are now undead. The Necrosphinx at the back also remains loyal to Settra. So I get to my shooting phase, and bang, the Stalkers, they do it. The 7th wound suffered by Nagash, and the game is over. I won. It's a victory. This is how the board looked. Nagash just couldn't get close to my Settra. I still had some nasty surprises left if he managed to fight his way through. And yeah, I was feeling pretty confident, and I think I achieved a solid victory. Nagash fell from a number of threats, really. Banishment spell, snake staring twice, and surprisingly enough, the warriors, the skeleton warriors, not the tomb guard, not the spearmen, just the warriors, they did most of the work. and they munched 3 wounds off of Nagash, meaning Settra won a 20-0 victory. My opponent, after the game, he said he regretted playing defensively, not going full speed towards me. He was surprised by the power Khalida has, and he was surprised by the fact that he couldn't heal Nagash, and he needed a necrotect to heal some wounds. He said that the 8,000 points of Tomb Kings were just too much to deal with, even in this scenario. My opinion on this, I think he's absolutely right. He should have attempted to bound more units to his will, because that's what he really needs to. On the other hand, 7 wounds isn't that much, and you just can't go forward like a maniac. You get shot to death. Well, Khalida is awesome. That's just it. I think I did pretty well with keeping Settra out of combat. So that's it. Thank you for watching my very first battle report. Please leave a comment if you have suggestions, anything else. I'll promise you to read everything. And one last thing, I will not apologize for my Dutch accent. I know the Dutch hate it, but well, I'm not a native speaker. Thank you. Bye bye.